Hi everybody, welcome back to the Desmo Works channel, and we're back on with the 1199 S2R engine swap out build series. So if you remember, in the last series we got to the point where I'd got the swing arm on, frame had been dropped back on, but I was sort of held up by missing one of the bolts for the rear swing arm support and also the lock screw that goes in the side as well. Should be getting the missing bolt from Ducati on Tuesday, so it's not going to be much of a delay, and we should be able to progress pretty much all of the top end of the bike whilst we're waiting for that. Okay, so let's crack on with that.
Okay, so first job I'm going to do today is I'm going to be fitting on the front pipe of the exhaust system so that we can get the radiator pack on, but it doesn't restrict me access to being able to fit the exhaust at a later date. So we've got a new exhaust gasket to go in there. We'll then fit up the pipe and bolt that in place. So let's go ahead and do that then. The front part of the front primary exhaust pipe is now fitted. You can see the heat shields in there just underneath the oil cooler. Okay, next job is to fit the radiator pack back into the bike. So I'm just going to see if that's possible with the stand in place, because normally what you would do is you'd move the radiator pack up, and I'm just a bit nervous that I might not be able to get it in at the moment with the engine stand in place. Let's go and check that quickly. Okay, after a little bit of hoiking it around and moving it, I've decided to remove the engine stand. So effectively, because the swing arm pinches the adjuster for the swing arm inside the hangers, I'm assuming that because I've tightened it, so it's tightened down, plus the lock bolt is holding this in place. I figured as long as I'm not going to be sitting on it or riding on it, I'm okay, because this has got about a 2 to 3 mil lip on it, holding it in place. So I think as long as I'm not too brutal with the bike, I'll be okay with this till Tuesday, and that effectively means I can get the bike's clearance, because I found it was going to affect getting the radiator pack in as well. So radiator pack is here waiting to go in. What I'm going to do is just offer that up and get it secured in place. So if you remember, there's 2 bolts go through here that secure up underneath the chassis. So let's get them in place. Okay, so that's the radiator in, 2 bolts there, and you won't be able to see them, but 2 up behind the shroud now gets all that in location. Just got to stick the bolt in the back here that just holds the fan shroud in place, so let's just quickly do that. Time to get the remainder of the exhaust system fitted. So first things first, I've got to fit this front support mount into here, so let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, going to lift it into place. This pipe goes to here, and this pipe is going to go up into there. Okay, that's the exhaust back on. I did stop filming for a little while as I was shouting a lot of obscenities trying to get this primary pipe to join up with the collector from that primary pipe. What I did in the end is I actually pulled apart the pipe here, then made this connection piece up, then got this primary pipe in, and then did that connection on the vertical primary pipe last. And then just had to get the 2 silencers fitted each side. So you've got the bolts at the back of the engine that hold the back of the silencer, and then the 2 bolts on the front bracket as well, which are 8mm bolts, or 8mm headed bolts. They're done up to 10. They're done up to 25 Newton meters. Okay, let's get on to the next job. Okay, next task is to put on the left-hand rear set, or footrest hanger, however you want to call it, and that also includes the gear lever, so gear lever rod, which goes to here. So this is the setup, if you remember, that we removed. So just get that on quickly. Next job is to fit in the rear caliper, master cylinder, and all the suspension, all the bracket that goes up here. So we'll just get that loosely lined up now. Okay, right hand rear set and hanger and brake mechanism all attached. You'll remember that I had this line that was too long, but I've got to order a replacement yet, so I've just put it back on for now. That'll be a mod that we'll need to do. All the electrics and that go up behind the plastic shroud there. It's got 3 bolts there, and the oil pressure switch just squeezes up into there as well. Okay, I've just connected up the neutral switch, stuck on the throttle, oil pressure switch is on. Just gonna loosen off the connector now, the tie wrap that's holding back all the wires, and we'll just pull that forward, and that will help us get the rest of the wires that we need to connect up. Right then, right hand side electrics all connected up. Next up is fitting the side stand, so just push it up into its mounting point. I'll grab the 2 bolts and we'll tighten that up. Okay, side stand fitted back in. I will, as I start getting this ready to be a proper, more full-on track bike, stroke race bike, I'm going to remove that, and I'll get a substitute resistor to supplement for the electronic switch that sits on there that you need to make sure you can start the bike, etc. Okay, next job. Okay, next piece to do is this electric block that, if you remember from when we stripped it down, it sits against these 2 studs here. So this will be picking up our fan on the left hand side. It would, if you were fitting the X-up valve back, would be here, but I've got a substitute plug-in, and then you've got the starter solenoid which we've got to connect. I've just noticed that the engine came with the lead already supplied from the previous one, but I'm just going to pop that off quickly so that we can connect that all back up, and then we'll get this block in. And it's also got the ignition pickup as well, so we'll plug all that in, bolt that in its correct position, which sits roughly about there, connect all the leads up, and we'll be good to go. Oh, sorry, and the stand switch which goes there, sorry, I forgot to say that because it's forgot that I was fitting it back on. Okay, let's just disconnect that starter lead, and then we can use the previous one. Okay, so that's the first electrical connections all made again on the left hand side of the bike. I'm just going to put a quick tie wrap around that to hold that neatly out of the way. Next job is to put the battery box in place. So I've just pulled the starter lead up. There's a little channel in the back that you probably just can't make out. Just turn it to the light a little bit. So it's got 3 bolts that need to go, one into there, one into there, and one at the base. Remembering that we've got the earth connection at the bottom, so you've just got to be a little bit careful how you tighten that one up. So let's just get that tightened in. Okay, so battery box bolted in, 1, 2, and then the third one there. And I've just pulled the cable in just behind the battery box just to keep it a little bit neater. Then connected up the quick shifter and the temperature sensor unions just so that they're down and out of the way. I will just tie wrap that out of the way in a little bit. Okay, I've just bolted in the clutch slave cylinder, which is only 3 bolts. Didn't bother to show that because it's a relatively simple task. So that's another job done. Next job is to get the water hoses fitted back on. So we've got one that goes from there up to there, and then the other that goes from there into there. So I'm just going to do those. Okay, so both water hoses are on. I've just loosened this off that was clamped up there because I needed clearance to get into the top of that hose by the radiator. Okay, what I need to do now is connect in the cylinder map sensors. So we've got the horizontal one that needs to go back into there, and the vertical that goes up there, both the same connection, little spring clips. And then need to connect up the alternators, generator charging lead, let's use the correct language, and then also get regulator rectifier connected up, all the last few little loose connections, and then we can tie that into the correct position as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. This is the loom that goes to the suspension unit, the BBS, and the fuel tank, etc. So this is going to come out this way, so that'll be left there. Everything else will sort of feed into the back of the panel and get connected up. Okay, let's do that then. Okay, left-hand electrics all connected up. So what we've done on this side, we've done the solenoid bracket down at the lower end, which also takes the ignition pickup, the side stand, the fan. We've put the battery box back in with the fuse blocks on the top, and then the left-hand electrics, which is regulator, rectifier, the horizontal coil, ignition connection, and then the map sensors, one there, one there. So that's it for today. I'm running out of time. I think you can say we've made some really good progress. Left hand side is looking pretty good, right hand side as well. So lots of progress today. We've got the radiators on, exhaust on, right hand side electrics, the ABS pump unit on there, which by the way I've now found somebody who manufactures a resistance load for the electrical connection, so I can completely do away with this block shortly. So hopefully in the next few weeks, or possibly a month or two, depending on finances, I will buy that unit and replace that and show you how to do that as well. Okay, thanks once again for watching. Really good progress. Next video should be getting the tail unit on, reconnecting up all the bodywork, and hopefully go for a start. It should be pretty straightforward because we've not changed a massive deal, so I've not done anything drastic to the engine or anything like that. I've got to do an oil change as well. I don't know if I'll video that. If I do, I'll add it into the next video, but I might just do that off camera so that it's all ready to go. So once again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like down below. It helps boost the channel. Thank you to all the current subscribers, and if you're not a subscriber, we'd really welcome you to the channel. There's plenty of content to come. Thanks for watching. Cheers then, bye.